Hi everyone, welcome to No Cap Chit. My name's Wallace. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. As some of you may know, and let me just give you a little bit of a blurb. This channel is basically me with questions and answers for my kids who may not be asking them now, but will in the future. And they'd like to get my input on. So I thought I'd record them now, and when they actually sometime in the future say, hey, I wonder what Dad would have thought about this, or what Dad's take on that would be. Well, then they have a video record. So today's question and answer: how to overcome the fear of public speaking. Boy, do I have experience with this. You know, I saw a study once. I don't know if it's still valid, but I remember it was years ago, and it probably still is, that more people have a fear of speaking in public than they do dying. Now, that's crazy when you think about it. We'd rather die than they would speak in public. But when you consider how traumatizing in some respects public speaking is, you can see why they would feel that way. Not everyone. Some people are natural public speakers, like some of these politicians. You can't shut them up. All they want to do is talk and to be part of the camera. Others are not that way. Personally, I never liked public speaking. I never liked being in front of an audience. I remember, when I was in elementary school, they would have these Christmas concerts. They start preparing like months beforehand, and I would be worried about it for months. Oh, what if I forget my lines? What if I flub up this or that? I just hated being on stage. And I remember in grade 9, our English teacher, first day of English class, grade 9, I remember. How old would I be? Grade 9, 14, 15 years old. And she says, at the end of the school year, we're all going to have a little speech. You get to prepare your topic, but then you're going to get up in front of the class and you're going to speak on it. And of course, they said that on day 1. And of course, I fretted about it and worried about it for the entire year. Interesting, I'll give you a little funny little story about that. Was I decided I would speak on golf. And I'm kind of a guy who likes to be prepared, so I think I started preparing that like 3 months before I had to actually give the speech. And the speech was only like 5 minutes long, something like that. It wasn't long, but I remembered I prepared it and I go over it and prepare it and go over it and over it. And I knew it so well that when I got up to give the speech, I guess it went like a train. Blah 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 blah. I remember looking down at the audience, and eyes are like this. Like I was so focused on getting off, getting away from being in the limelight and sitting back down at my desk. I didn't really register why they looked like that. But I remember the teacher saying, "You spoke very fast." So yeah. But from there on, I went to college. I took a speech class, and I was involved in a Toastmasters International type of a organization that taught you how to prepare for speaking. And so I learned to speak over the years. Never ever really did like it. I learned to get really really good at it, or pretty good at it. Let me put it that way. And I remember once I was overworking, I wasn't eating right, and I wasn't taking care of myself, and I actually fainted. And I was in a public event, and I fainted. And that was a time in my life when I was giving a lot of speeches. And I remember the doctor told me to take a rest, so I took a rest. I didn't speak, and I didn't, just went to work and went home, and didn't do much else, just tried to recover. But my mind being what it was, I started to work overtime. Oh, what if happens if I give up? We get up to give a speech and I fall down. How embarrassing would that be if I collapse, if I faint? If I'm speaking and I faint, oh, how embarrassing. What happens if I go down and hit my head on something? Oh, the blood spatters everywhere and the people are running around screaming, call an ambulance, call 911. Oh, your mind is just painting all of these horrible scenarios. So what do you do in that case? You could hide in a shell and never speak again. Then you'll get something like agoraphobia. But like with most things like we talk about on this channel, if you have a goal, don't worry about it. Break it down into small, manageable chunks. Achieve those small, manageable chunks one at a time. And you'll succeed. So what did I do? So I figured if I want to get back to public speaking, my mind was always, oh, I'm going to faint. Oh, I'm going to hurt my head. So I said, I'll do it gradually, easily. So I did it with small public speaking things with just a few people around. And I gradually increased the number of people around. I gradually increased the lengths of my little speeches. I wouldn't make it stressful. I just expand a little bit so that I felt I could deal with it. And eventually I worked myself up to where I spoke at an event once that had, well over 1,000 people at it. Just imagine this guy who fainted and who didn't like public speaking and was really hated it and scared of it in some respects for years, was up speaking in front of 1,500 people, over 1,000 anyway. Wow, quite an achievement. You can do it too. So here's how to do it. Here's how to basically overcome your fear of public speaking. Do small steps and gradually increase it. Okay, so what you do, prepare a little topic, something you know pretty well, okay? What do you know well? We all know something. Say you know how to, I don't know, make a pizza. Say you know how to make a pizza. What's the steps? Well, the ingredients and cook it for so long and mix the batter here, whatever. I don't really make pizzas, but you do. And so come up with a little speech. It only has to be a few lines, 4 or 5 lines. Okay, we need yeast, we need this, that, a little speech, small. And stand in front of the mirror and speak it. Pretend you're the audience. Stand in front of a mirror, just give the speech. And do that till you feel comfortable with it. Then get a close friend, a friend who maybe it could be a family member, but someone who's really, really a friend. And sit them down, or stand up or whatever, but just have them in front of you. And you say that same speech instead of to the mirror, to yourself, to them. They'll give you some feedback. They'll give you some encouragement because they're your friend. And you know what you do then? You get another friend or another family member. Get 2 people, give the same speech. Then give 3 or 4 people, 5 people. Keep increasing the number of people and maybe add a line or 2 to the speech. Eventually what you'll find out, your mind will say, well, that wasn't too bad. I can handle that. Well, I can handle speaking to 1 more person. Well, I can handle speaking an extra line or 2 in my speech. And eventually what's going to happen, you're going to be speaking before as many people as you want. And you're going to be speaking as long as you want. And if you're not like me, I never like speaking, but maybe you like speaking. You will really love speaking or learn to love it. And they'll have to come and drag you off the stage. You'll enjoy it so much because you'll get validation. People will come up to you and say, oh, I really learned something. Oh, I loved, your sense of humor or the way you did this or way you did that, or congratulations. I wished I could do that, they'll say. But you can do it. Just start off with small, gradual steps. 1 step in front of the other. Visualize your goal, visualize what you want, but don't freak out about it, and you'll succeed. I've overcome the fear of public speaking. You can too. It's not that hard. You just got to break it down into small, manageable pieces and go in that direction. So I hope you enjoyed today's question and answer. I'm going to sign off now. Give it a try, right? Give it a try. It'll help you in so many ways. It'll build your confidence up. Yeah, it's just really great. Public speaking, really great skill to have. And, and I'm going to close with an interesting little side point. Do you know who Warren Buffett is? Warren Buffett, he's legendary investor. He's like 93, 94. He just announced he's going to step down. But he's made billions and billions and billions of dollars. And he went to college and all that. But he doesn't have on his wall, he doesn't have his college degrees or anything like that. But he's got his little diploma from a Toastmasters International, I think, or the Dale Carnegie course in public speaking or something like that. He says, because that was so invaluable to him in so many ways. So check it out. His name is Warren Buffett, legendary investor. Who knows, you start public speaking, you may be worth billions too, like he is. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Hope you enjoyed today's talk. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, and we will catch you later.